There's a special kind of pride that you feel deep down inside, a strength that seems to thrive in Lima, Allen County.
The American way of life, to get in gear and do what's right.
An unbreakable forthright link called Real American Strength. Lima, Allen County, Real American Strength.
Forever moving forward without forgetting where we've been.
Creativity meets technology, where possibilities never end.
Ohio's strong Midwestern know-how, exploring innovative ideas.
Deep rooted but always growing, ever proud of where we live. Lima, Allen County, Real American Strength.
Community Focus on GTV2 Lima.
Thanks for joining us today on Community Focus. I'm Anne Decker, and we're welcoming to the studio for the very last time Lima City School Superintendent Karel Oxley. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Anne, for all the times that you have hosted the Lima City Schools and given us an opportunity to talk about the great things that are going on in the school system. And I'm just going to miss everybody. I'm telling you, when you get down to these finals, it gets very emotional.
Well, we're going to miss you too, and it's not just us, but it's going to be the whole community.
Well,
you've really made an impact.
Well, that's very kind of you. It was kind of bittersweet at the graduation because, you know, you're celebrating everything the students have accomplished. $2.7 million worth of scholarships.
That's incredible.
I mean, it's such an amazing return on the investment of the community in the education of those kids. Because I know the community wants the pay it forward and the pay it back. Mm-hmm. And I think when they acquire $2.7 million worth of scholarships, it says thank you for all the times they've stepped up to support them.
Well, and it really shows how hard the kids worked and how good they are at what they do.
Absolutely, absolutely, and they're being recognized. And all of our speakers were going on to college, and one of them's going to Howard and Washington, D.C., and they all had scholarship money, and it's just very, very exciting. It was amazing that day to listen to where everyone was going. I mean, everywhere, Rhodes, UNOH, you know, as I said, Howard. I mean, it's just, it's awesome. Some of them are going away and getting lots of opportunities that we know came from them using their talents and really working hard in their years at Lima Senior.
Mm-hmm. And it came from the educational concepts that you and the other staff helped put into place, too.
Well, thank you very much. The staff has worked hard. And when we were talking a little bit before we went on, just the significance of hearing the stories of students and the moments that faculty members have stepped in and just guided them all the way through and given them all the extra boosts and attention that they needed to make it to the end. There's been some powerful stories, including our adult ed graduations and our GED graduations. I mean, it's just been amazing. Fran Mort was sharing stories that students have really, really gone through a lot of hardships and made it to graduation, so it was wonderful.
And that's what you really like to see.
That's what it's all about.
I'd imagine that has to be one of the highlights of your career.
Absolutely. It's the stories of those individuals that make it on and successfully go on. The mantra that I've always used is you never quite know the moment when you may change a child's life forever. And it's over and over again that I hear the stories of people stepping in and making those moments happen.
You know, the Lima City Schools got some additional recognition over the weekend on a statewide level.
It was amazing. We were nominated through our Board of Education to the Kennedy School of the Arts. We were Ohio's nomination to the Kennedy School of the Arts for all the work that was done to preserve all of our arts music and all of our magnet programming in the midst of reductions. And we were one of the 5 finalists in the nation.
That's incredible.
And the honor just came in Columbus, and Sally Wendell was there, and she received on behalf of all of the staff members of the Lima City Schools and the Board of Education. So that is amazing. Finalists, top 5 in the whole country for the work that's being done in the midst of trying to reconstitute, you know, ourselves and align things differently. So it was wonderful. It's a wonderful compliment to everyone.
I think that's great. We need to talk about, I hate to say it, but summer school. You're
Absolutely.
taking registration already.
Summer school will be starting July 9th, and everyone can come in and report to their buildings and get that additional help that they need. And we also want to talk about our summer lunch programs. I mean, all of your neighborhood schools are serving lunches, and those are in progress right now from 11:30 to 12:30 every day, Monday through Thursday. They can go to their neighborhood schools, 18 and under, and receive a free lunch.
No catch?
No catch.
Just go get lunch.
That's it. You go get lunch, and we want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to be fed.
How do you fund something like that?
There are reimbursements and grant dollars that come in,
That's
and
great.
Carrie Woodruff, our Director of Food Services, is amazing. She works with John Music. He runs all the summer pieces of it. So we are very open to always exploring and making sure that we can give back and serve the community in some way.
Well,
so
you make sure that every kid has at least one nutritious meal for the day, too.
absolutely. So it's very important. We want people to step up and feel free to take that opportunity to make sure that all of our kids get fed.
What is your staff doing for the summer? They're not really taking 2 or 3 months off, are they?
It's amazing. They've already started on their own professional development. They literally started the day that school ended, and they're beginning on rigorous curriculum. They're starting to do all the new mapping and the alignments for our new content standards. Many of our faculties are already away on retreats and just already getting everything lined up for everything they're going to do starting in September. And the rigorous curriculum work is really, really critical. I mean, we are very, very focused. We've been a pilot for the response for our new testing and assessments and how to do all that on our own devices. But the bottom line is we have to make sure that we are addressing all those content standards. The work actually started a year ago, but we are very, very engaged in that. And it's very rigorous work. Very rigorous work. I've walked in a couple of times to these meetings, and there's actually 6 days of professional development. They don't even budge. They are so intent on looking at those content standards and aligning everything and making sure that our students get exactly what they need.
You're going back on the ballot in the fall.
Yes,
for your levy.
absolutely, yes.
And I know it's kind of early to talk about it, but you actually have an informational meeting coming up for the public.
We sure do. Yes, on June the 18th at South Middle School at 5 o'clock, we are inviting the entire public to step up and come to South. We've had our previous meeting, we had over 50 people there, and we want to double that number for this meeting in June on the 18th. We're all stepping up and prepping for the November levy.
And what time is this meeting?
And the meeting will be at 5 o'clock at South Middle School. We've already had Chris Jackson that stepped up to be a levy chair.
Chris is a great guy.
Exactly. So we're very, very excited about the energy and the enthusiasm that he's bringing to this. But we lost by so few votes. And this is the work that we need to do. As I just mentioned, $2.7 million worth of scholarship money was returned. That's the investment of this community, and we want to make sure that they understand that their investment in the levy and towards our student is really saving them money in the long run.
And it's an investment in our future, for the community's future.
It really is, absolutely. So that's my wish, that's my farewell wish, that everyone will step up, and Jill Ackerman and Ryan Steckschole, of course, will be leading the charge. But I have started by calling the levy meetings. We're going into our second levy meeting already, and that's the best hope that we have, is that this community will step up and continue to support our students.
When is your last day?
My last day will be on Friday, June the 29th.
So you got a few weeks yet.
Got a few weeks,
What are you
absolutely.
doing?
I am busy getting all those final pieces in place, but you know what? What a great transition. When you have someone like Jill Ackerman that's stepping in, and she knows this system inside and out. She has her own son that will be starting in kindergarten. What better vested interest in the Lima City Schools. She's always had students first, but now to have her own child, she's going to be able to see it through many lenses. So I'm really proud of the Board of Education and want to thank the Board of Education not only for allowing me to serve, but also for stepping up and allowing someone that's right here in the community, that the community knows and the staff knows, to just seamlessly take over and do a great job.
And what are your plans for retirement?
I am hopping on a freighter, a container freighter ship, and it's been my husband's #1 bucket list item for years, and it's prompted me to move forward with this retirement, and we are jumping on a freighter ship in Houston, Texas, and actually going all the way around the world on this container ship with about 24 to 28 stops around the world, and we'll see if we make it back alive next, we'll be gone 4 months, so we won't be back until the end of December or into January.
Oh, Karel, we wish you well, and we thank you for all the time you've put in here and for everything you've done for the community.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. It's been great seeing you.
Thank you, and it's been a great pleasure to serve this community and our families.
Karel, have a great time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Karel Oxley from the Lima City Schools. I'm Anne Decker, and this is Community Focus on GTV2.
Lima City Council has recently amended the city's vicious dog ordinance to deal with potential problems concerning dangerous dogs in the public.
The ordinance is comprehensive. However, here are some key elements that all dog owners and their neighbors should be aware of.
Any dog that is considered a breed of pit bull is considered a vicious dog regardless of its temperament.
A vicious dog is any dog that attacks, bites, or causes injury to a person or domestic animal with or without provocation.
Not under control of the owner and secure with a muzzle and a leash of 6 feet or less in length, all vicious dogs must be confined when outside in a pen with a secured top and bottom, or with the sides of the pen embedded at least 1 foot deep into the ground.
If you're a dog owner and have concerns about any dogs in your neighborhood, visit limapolicedepartment.com to find out more about the city's vicious dog ordinance.
The fine for non-compliance is $150 per citation, and ignorance of the law is not a defense.
If there's an emergency situation, call local law enforcement for immediate assistance.
This is a nice neighborhood.
It is.
Is that the house we live in, Mom?
Yes.
Look at all the kids around here, Mom. I like this house.
Hi, we're here about the house.
It's rented.
It's against the law to deny people the opportunity to live where they want and can afford. If you feel that you've been treated unfairly, give LACA a call and we'll look into your complaint. LACA's fair housing services are free, so call today and get the housing you deserve. 419-227-2586.
Crime Stoppers is still active in the Allen, Putnam, and Van Wert counties. Our goal is to assist area law enforcement officers to identify and locate individuals who have committed crimes. If you have any information about anyone who is responsible for committing crimes, please call Crime Stoppers at area code 419-229-STOP.
Crime Stoppers! Crime Stoppers! Make the call and pay it! Crime Stoppers!
Welcome back to Community Focus. I'm Anne Decker, and Mike Caprella is in the studio today. He is with the City of Lima Utilities Department. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for inviting me.
I was going down I-75 over the weekend, and wow, there is a great big billboard for the city coming down by Hanthorne Road. You've got the new water tower up, and it looks fabulous.
Yes, it was raised about maybe 3 weeks ago. They raised the bowl part of the tank, and it is an awesome sight.
And you just don't realize how big it is until you see it from the interstate. It just kind of smacks you.
It's huge. The bowl part of it itself is 85 feet across, which is pretty wide. And it is a billboard because we've got two different logos on there. We have two different logos. On the south side of the tank, which can easily be seen from Interstate 75, we had the city-county brand on there, the Real American Strength brand, and it's pretty wide. I think the brand itself is 24 feet high by 76 feet wide, the logo on there. So there's a few trees, I think, in the way. I noticed it over the weekend also, and I noticed there's a couple trees that probably could be topped out that would even make it more visible. Mm-hmm. And then on the north side of the tank is the City of Lima logo, which is quite large also. So it depends on which way you're coming or going, you can see it. But more importantly than what's on it is what's going to be in it. It's going to be water, and it's going to be, it's a very large tank compared to the elevated tanks we have now. That tank itself will hold 1.5 million gallons of water, and 1.5 million is probably the sum total of the 2 existing tanks we have. We have one out by the refinery, which is off of Metcalf Street, that holds 1 million. We have another tank out by Procter & Gamble, which holds 500,000. And the new one will hold 1.5 million. You know, it's the same as those 2 together. So
Why do you need it?
well, it'll enhance pressures and flows in the southeast and southwest segments of our water distribution system. There's some areas that have plenty of flow, but maybe the pressures get just a little bit low at times when there's heavy demand, and this will supplement that pressure. So, and it also makes that whole area more ripe for economic development growth.
When is the tank going to be fully functional?
Well, they still have some welding work on there and just a little bit of piping work. I would say within probably by mid-July that tank will be up and full.
Oh, great.
So, which is ahead of schedule, actually. The mild winter let them keep working. They kept welding on the tank, where normally with the cold winter they wouldn't have got that much work done. So originally I think it was supposed to be done the 1st of September. So we're probably a month and a half ahead of schedule.